but this looks to me, I think, like the deep sea container port that was developed by the Chinese. I've been able to basically verify that through other news sources. But here it is. Now, let's back out. You see where this is. There's Cooperstown. It's just north of there. It's on the north end of the Bahamas. I think that's Grand Bahama, or no, that's I don't know, one of the Bahama Islands. Anyway, the point being, let's look at this. So you see where this is, right? And you can see the hurricane right there. As I back out, there's a massive Category 5 hurricane that, I mean, you could almost, I mean, knowing how hurricanes go in this area, it's going to basically hit it dead center. And it already hit the Virgin Islands and Little St. James. That's or the U.S. Virgin Islands. But regardless, you guys can see that this hurricane's coming right at it. Now you want to see, this is a live picture right now of that hurricane. And as you can see here, I mean, it's heading directly for the port there in the Bahamas that is this $3 billion deep sea Chinese port. So is it coincidental? And that's really the question you have to ask yourself. I mean, the way I work, as far as my mind goes, is everything that you imagine or see, for the most part, is probably real, and we probably just don't know about it yet. I know it sounds like, oh, well, that's crazy. Well, actually, if you think about the technology and how advanced it continually gets on a regular basis, and then you look at the way that our government's been spending all this money and developing all of these technologies for so long, I mean, so many things that we probably think aren't real are very real. And it wouldn't take much for a control system to be devised that could actually steer a large mass of weather. Now, I'm not telling you that I'm some sort of meteorological scientist who can provide you the exact specific details of how that would be done, but I can tell you that what we looked at before, which was the HAARP article, so we have things like HAARP that do exist, right? And we know that they're reporting on this right now. The northern Bahamas are hunkering down. And I've always thought to myself, wouldn't this be a great way, too, to deploy, some Black Ops SEALs for some tactical missions that involve, shutting down some criminal enterprises or trafficking networks or international money laundering syndicates or whatever. Illegal weapons being brought into the Chinese port by the Chinese, or, at one point, Russia was trying to bring nuclear weapons into Cuba. So I wouldn't put anything past these people, right? And if you think about it, you could deploy a SEAL team in the midst of a hurricane and it would be great coverage. I mean, first of all, you wouldn't have many witnesses, not many people out. Anything that happens, you get privacy. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here, as you guys can obviously tell. So, this is a real thing, though. China did build the port in the Bahamas and provide military, and it provided them with military assistance. So this could be a national security threat, and this could be a part of the trade war that has been clandestinely going on for so long. So Q has told us about this Corona satellite. And how they were all taken offline. Remember, one of the first things we heard from Q about the Corona satellite, I believe, program was SEALs are wonderful creatures, aka the Navy SEALs, which are fast dispatch teams that can go anywhere in the world pretty much at the drop of a hat and execute pretty much any operation as far as anything goes, I would say. Heard they work fast at capturing their prey. So we're capturing prey, meaning we are the hunters are becoming the hunted. Isn't that interesting? Prey, silence is golden, Corona offline, deactivate, games are fun, Q. Now, I think there's some more meaning there, but first of all, let's look back. What was Corona? Corona was a satellite program that's apparently existed back in 1950s up to the 70s, but these programs, they keep the same name and they just say that they don't exist anymore, and then they just keep developing the technology